Hey everybody, I am again running just a tad bit late. Sorry about that. Um, Let me grab the paper while I'm giving everybody a little bit of time to find me. I'll be right back. I need to grab a piece of early espresso and some very vanilla. I'll be right back. Okay, hi. Glad you came tonight. I have a very pretty card I found an inspiration from, and I got some very pretty specialty paper. It's this Cork specialty paper, and we're going to play with that tonight. So, but first I want to tell you a little bit about what's going on. If you can see my list of calendar of events, I've added to it a little bit since I printed that. So obviously tonight is October the 11th. Facebook Live is supposed to be at 7-ish, 7:30 when I posted it. And now I'm a little bit late. Sorry. I'm so sorry. But Thursday, I'm doing number 1 of a 3-part free Christmas card workshop. So I will have an order special going through that. If you didn't see the email, check that out. The host code for October is there. It will be good for the whole month of October. Go ahead and order using that if you would like. I posted in the email the stamps and bundles and such that I'm going to be using for the workshops that I'm going to be offering. If you just want the tutorials so that you have the measurements and such, you can order those as well. So just shoot me an email, let me know. I'll have those available too after each workshop is hosted Facebook Live. Those will be at 7 on October the 14th, which is this Thursday, is workshop number 1, October 28th, and November the 9th. And then gonna do, obviously Facebook Lives are every Monday night. Those are listed on here. Our Homegrown Stampers team meeting is October the 19th. Gonna do that at 7 p.m. Then on October the 20th, gonna do a lunch and kits at Panera Bread on North Peters. I believe that's the location. It's off of Cedar Bluff over there in that little mall thing across the way from Joann's. And then I will get the event posted for our craft night, which is October the 22nd. Yes, it's North Peters. If I read my little directions there instead of trying to look at my calendar. Also, Wednesday, October the 27th is Kits and Sips. That's by Zoom. So if you've ordered a paper pumpkin kit this month or you've ordered any of the kits that we have in that Stampin' Up! Offers, join us for that Zoom meeting. I will shoot the email to everyone who I know has ordered a kit. I'll keep an eye on that. And the paper pumpkins, obviously. And then October the 28th is workshop number 2 for the Christmas card specials. And then October the 30th is a craft fair on Old Clinton Pike, 7145 Old Clinton Pike. That is at the Lions Club. And there's going to be over 70 vendors there, including food trucks and that kind of stuff. So looks to be a great time. If you have littles that like to trick or treat, doing that during the day. So our duty as one of the vendors is to have some candy at our tables. So I've got that ready to go. So I hope to see you there. And then November the 9th is my third of the free workshops that will have the order special that I'm doing on Facebook Live for the Christmas cards. And then as a demonstrator, I get to participate in On Stage at Home. Because of COVID and all that stuff, we cannot get together as a group like we usually do for On Stage. So this year, it's On Stage at Home again. So my team and my uplines team is getting together. It's just a small group of us that are able to do that this year. And so we're going to get together at a cabin and get to celebrate On Stage as a small group. So that will be fun. And then the 19th, 20th, and 21st, Brandy with Smoky Mountain Stampers and I are going to have a table at the Knoxville Expo Center on Clinton Highway. And so you can come see all of the stuff we've got to offer there. Get a new catalog. New catalogs won't be out yet, but the minis, not yet. But you can come see what we've got. You can pick up a catalog if you don't have one. Just come see some of the projects we're working on and that sort of thing. So let's get to making a card. Again, if you just want the tutorials for the workshops that I'm going to be doing on Facebook Live, shoot me an email, let me know, and I'll be happy to let you know how much those are, and then I'll be happy to send those to you as well. So let's make a card. We are going to start with our card base. It is Early Espresso. My paper trimmer is right here. And what I'm going to start doing is, because I know that I always make my card, I tend to do it. Never mind. I was going to try to save myself some time and go ahead and score it. But I'm not going to get that fancy. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it at 5.5. I'll have to figure that math out later. My brain is not in math mode right now. So 5.5 is half of 11. So let's cut our card base. Lay the other one to the side. Turn it this way, and we're going to score it at 4.25. That's my cutting blade. Leave it up there. Score it at 4.25. And so that one's ready. Then I'm going to cut a piece of Very Vanilla for the inside, because that Very Early Espresso is so dark, there is no writing on that. Be even hard to see with a Sharpie. So I'm going to cut this at 5.25. That's our extra. By 4. And lay this to the top. And now our specialty paper. And I know that on this, I want this cork to be, when I fold my card, this is going to be the top of my card. So I want this to be running this way. So I know that I want this to be the 5.25. So that's the way I'm going to cut it. So 5.25. Being very gentle. I don't want to make it jaggedy. Looks like I need to run it through again. Okay. Oops. Knocked over my pumpkins I had laying over there. Show them our paper pumpkin kit. And now that was 5 1/4. Cut this at 4. Okay. The back of it is definitely paper. And then it's got that cork feel and look to it. I just love it. So now I'm going to put that away since we're finished with it. Pull this over and grab my bone folder. Burnish the fold on that. All right, I'm going to use our Stamparatus because with stamping on cork, you need a really dark image. So let me slide it to the side a little bit. I'm going to grab our stamp case. We're using Peaceful Cabin. I said that was going to be our kind of our focus for this month. And I'm using the Early Espresso ink. And I've already lined it up on the plate where I want that to go. So that's where I'm going to stamp it. So there's my cabin. This little sentiment says, "For you." So I'm going to go ahead and open up my ink pad and just tap, tap, tap. And because I'm using the Stamparatus, oh, I need to grab the little magnets from the bottom so I can hold that cork paper in place. Oh no, and it just touched it. It didn't get on it. Shoo. One right there. A lot of people put washi tape on their magnets. I need to do that so they're easier to pick up. I don't need that sponge or extra little platform in there because those there. That will hold my cork specialty paper in place. All right. Tap on that. Set my ink pad over there. Much better. And then I can press on that and because that's cork, it's going to absorb some of that ink. So I'm going to ink up my stamp again. I'm using Early Espresso. Set that to the top. And because I'm using the Stamparatus, it's going to go exactly right back in the same place where I just stamped. And so I'm pushing down on this to get that image right in on that paper. Lift it up. Ooh, it's getting there. Let's do it one more time. I need it right in there. The sentiment is coming out really good. And then I can take this plate off and I'm going to do the trees. Okay. I think that's as good as we're going to get with that. me try one more time for right here on the roof. I think it needs a little bit more definition right there. Let me not put any there because I want that to dry too. Don't want it to smear when I get ready to put it on our card front. Okay, I'm just inking up that spot on the stamp and seeing if that helps. Okay, one more time. Hello, whoever's watching with me. Glad you joined tonight. If you like the looks of this cabin on this cork paper, you can give me a thumbs up or a heart. That would be much appreciated. Oh, that worked better. All right, so let's pull this plate off. We're going to leave our paper right in that spot. I'm going to lay this to the side. Going to get the plate with the trees on it. I'm going to put it in the same spot on the Stamparatus. And when I stamp down, it's going to get those two, and you can see where it's going to go. And I think I'm going to move them over just a little bit. So since I want them about right there, that gets them there. Now I just have to ink up these two trees because I don't need this third one stamping over here. So I'm going to use the same ink pad, Early Espresso. And do it about 3 times. We'll see what it looks like after the 3rd time. And if we need to do more, we can do more. Oh, pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Two. And again, using the Stamparatus, it gets my stamp exactly in the same spot every time. All right, and now I want this little tree right here on this side. So I'm going to move the paper let's see, hang on. Let me figure it out because I don't want the paper to hang off. I want it to be, I can put this hinge plate on this side. Lift up. Well, that's still not going to work because it would still hang off. Let's just grab our Stampin' chamois. Clean that off. Okay, Now we're going to put that on there. Put our peel the tree right there is where I want it. I'm going to put the hinge. There we go. Let's swap sides with this. Keep it in the picture. Slide it over a little bit so I don't get ink on my cord. Now I just need ink on the little tree. I'm not used to putting ink on from this direction, so it looks like I'm getting some up there, but if I don't rock it, and I'm not, or haven't yet, it's okay. All right, so let's put some pressure on that. Stamp it on our cork. Very pretty. Let's do that a couple more times. Tap, tap, tap. Ink that up. That is so pretty, if I do say so myself. I love wood grain stuff. If you could see my craft room, you would know our whole house is going to eventually be like this. But just a little country girl. I like that style of things. So this one is right up my alley. Okay, there we go. All right. That needs to dry a little bit. I can still see some wet early espresso ink on that, and I don't want to smear it. You can see it shiny. That is so pretty, in my opinion. Lay that over there out of our way. I'll clean it up in a few minutes. Again, there's the Peaceful Cabin. It comes, you can get it in a bundle. While I'm waiting for this to dry a little bit, let me grab the mini catalog and I'll tell you how much that bundle is. One moment for a slight commercial break while we're waiting on our ink to dry. Totally unplanned. You think I would know what page that is on, and I don't. I am so sorry. Getting there. Hope everybody's had a wonderful Monday and had a great weekend. It is on page 46 of the mini catalog. Being very careful not to touch that. I don't want it to smear. Nope, that is not it. That's Welcoming Woods. It's not even close. How did I miss that? Because I looked I found the cabin, but I looked at the words underneath it. The Peaceful Cabin stamp set is on page 38. There it is. And if you get the bundle, which comes with all of those dies, it is a $54 bundle, which is a 10% savings right now in this catalog. So remember, when they first publish them as a stamp set and a bundle that is a combination, then you get the 10% discount. That also comes as a suite, but right now I know that there's a few items in it that are not orderable, but I think it's just that ribbon right there, that white glittered organdy ribbon, which makes the whole suite not able to use the suite number. But this designer series paper is absolutely gorgeous. All right. I think we can, if we're very careful, we can start putting our card together. All right, let's move our stamp set. This is just going to be so simple stamping. I'm just going to put some, going to lay this face. Oh, I better cover up this ink pad. I don't want ink on that. Actually, yep. Gonna lay this face down. I'm gonna lay it on a piece of paper so that I don't mess up a whole sheet of very careful and put some adhesive on here. Make sure it's got plenty so that it stays on the card. I don't know that it needs that much. Oh, see, it wasn't dry. I'm so glad I laid that down. I think I might need to get out my I will dry it in a few minutes with the now I can't even talk. Sorry. With my heat gun. Like, where have all my words gone? Did I use them all up today? I think I have. That's pretty. Even if it transferred the image onto there. So now the piece of Very Vanilla, I'm going to just put some ink on it, ink adhesive, and put it on the inside of our card. And then that will be done. And I'll be able to write on it and put it in the mail for some happy mail. And if you've been following along with me, you know that I now have a YouTube channel. I will put this over there, and for those of you that are catching this on the replay, or if you're just finding me on YouTube, I have a Facebook channel, so catch me one of those two places, or join my email list, and hope you like that card. There's all kinds of things you can do with that Peaceful Cabin stamp set let me show you one of the cards we made last week. Here's that one, Merry Christmas. I used the embossing folder to make those trees and used one of the dies from the die set on that one. And before I got on last week, I made this one with some of that beautiful designer series paper. And then I just used scissors and cut the thank you to give it a little bit more extra dimension. So far, there's 3 cards from the one set. And I will be using this set in one of our Christmas cards. One of our Christmas workshops. So join me for that, and I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great night. Bye-bye, everyone.